I'm telling you, I'm sorry, they need to review puck over the ice. That's got to be a reviewable play. They have to change our puck over the glass because that was definitely puck over the glass. I mean, everybody's pointing to it, and you're going to say it touched something? Kiss my ass! No frickin' way. I was not happy about that at all. This is bad. No, Barbie, Jeff, Barbie does not do nothing. Wow. I don't know if I want to talk to you, man. Right? Oh, Leia threw up. You have to give her a bath, so she won't be with us. Man, they need to review puck over the glass. That's got to become a reviewable play in my eyes. Right? That's a procedural thing. I mean, if you can review offsides, why can't you review puck over the glass?
Not if you're a Wild fan, you don't want that to happen.
Yeah, no, it's got to happen. That was absolutely puck over the glass.
I don't know. I didn't get a good look at it, so I'm not sure.
Oh no, it was. I'm sorry. You got a good look at it. You know it was.
The refs knew more than I do, so.
Yeah, you can kiss my right nut on that one.
If you're the Wild,
oh, Jeff, he's not. I got everybody. All my guys are going off. Why are we down 4-1? Because we can't score. Straight and plain and simple. Totally missed delay a game. Absolutely, they missed delay a game. Ooh, Lance, that's a little too much for us, bud.
Yeah. Well, if you're the Wild, you take that period. That's a period. Yeah, you knew the Blues were going to be coming. You weathered the storm. You allowed a power play goal, unfortunately, which I think that was a gift by Fleury there. I mean, that was if he was just stealing the post, he would have been fine. He didn't even have to worry about.
Well, I'm sorry. The refs have been horrible in this game, especially in the second period.
Well, he didn't even have to worry about Kyrie going for the wraparound because Zach had the other post covered. So I'm not sure what Fleury was thinking. Why he tried to move across. That was a gaffe by Fleury.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you still take being up. You're still up 3 goals. So you just play. You just got to do the same thing. I mean, the Blues had a good push near the end there. So that's not something you like to see. You like to see maybe the Wild break that momentum up a bit, but I think the Wild will take that period.
Wild are not playing really well this game. The Wild are getting a lot of help from the refs in this game. I'm sorry, they definitely are. I'm watching this game and it's just the goal. I mean, if the only you can score is a fluke, you're not winning this game, right? I mean, again, we haven't been shut out. Right, that's great, but what good does that do when? And I'm sorry, Husso gives up. He gives up 4 goals on back-to-back shots. He gave up on the first, and I look back. He gave up the first 2 goals on the first 2 shots. He gives up a goal on the last shot of the first period and the first shot of the second period.
Yeah, well, that was just a great play by Eck. I think I'd blame Tarasenko. I think it was Tarasenko who tried to clear that up the center of the ice. Not a good play by Tarasenko.
It fell off his stick, but Husso was in no position to save it. I mean, why are you spread out like that?
Well, Eriksson Ek is one of the best defensive players in the league. He was just there. He was ready to go, and he has some finish to him, I guess. So
I put a little bit of that on Husso and a little bit on Tarasenko for not getting that puck out of there. And here, I keep getting a lot of people that are DMing me still saying Binnington should get in there. My question is this, guys. Are the Blues playing well enough overall to make it worth Binnington? I mean, what's the difference between losing 4-1 or 5-1 and 5-2 if Binnington comes in, if he doesn't allow any goals? There's no difference. Let Husso play the game out. He needs the experience. You're most likely, now the Blues can't come back, but you're most likely not going to come back from a 3 or 4 goal deficit in the playoffs. It does happen. But you people want Binnington in there. No, it's not going to change.
Well, no, now it's too late. Binnington should have been in there, should have started the second. Binnington should have started the second. No. And you know what? I Jeff Horseman, Tank made a mistake. And that happens, okay? But it's Husso's job to keep that out of the net. Husso was not in position. I don't know why he was laid out like that. There's no reason he should have been laid out like that.
It's also Tank's job if he's bringing the puck out of the end to not screw up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, guy.
More
goals. Okay, more goals happen. More goals happening. It's good goaltenders by mistakes made by his own players, and that was a mistake on Tarasenko. I give it 60 Tarasenko, 40 Husso.
Well, doesn't it count as a turnover on Tarasenko's part?
Yeah, it does. It should.
That's Tarasenko.
So the player, so whoever it was, and I'm so frustrated, knocks it off his stick, and that's his fault that it gets knocked off his stick.
Yeah, it is, because he didn't have the puck in the position where the player couldn't get to it. He saw him ahead of time and basically almost skated right into him.
Oh man, I want to see it again.
I understand what you're saying, guy. Hey, Husso's not played good. Not played good at all. I fully agree with that.
I 100% understand what guy's saying. He has not played, he hasn't played well, but I think that was 60-40 Tarasenko there for the most part.
I got to look at it again. I mean, it's like, okay, I got a Tarasenko crush, so maybe I don't see Tarasenko like everybody else does. I admit that. Give Husso a chance to battle back. He gave up goals on 4 straight shots. 2 in the very first, last shot of the first shot of the second. Be consistent, guy. When there's a turnover, you say there's so much more to a goal than the finish, but that's not where but that's all you're saying is look at the finish.
Oh, I can't stand these wild penalties. I mean, you guys we're giving you a chance to come back because we're marching to the penalty box, and I can't stand it. It's like that slash and call on Fiala, he might have saved a goal, so I can kind of like that. I can kind of understand that, but that one where he hauled down, I think it was somebody hauled down Shen. Was it Shen or? I think it was.
When Perron was heading towards the net and that guy took him into the net, that's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Yeah,
that's more than a penalty. That should have been a major. That should have been a major for intent to injure. You yank a guy back like that from his neck? That's a horse. I mean, like a horse collar almost.
I disagree with you on that one, guy. I think that's a penalty all the way. I mean, that's. But what I mean is like the Wild. You're giving them a chance to come back. You know how good they are on the power play. You can't be doing that. Those are plays you can't make because those ones are the ones that come and bite you in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
We will not be a better. Okay. Oh, I love this. Okay. We'll be a better team next year without Tank. So we'll be a better team without 82 points. Right? Who's going to get those 82 points?
I can't justify that there, Jeff. I think Tarasenko brings a lot to the team.
Yeah. I want to say something real quick, and it's about the NHL before we start talking about that second period. The NHL, whoever does their stats online, has to be on the ball. The Bruins, Hurricanes, and Lightning Maple Leaf games have been over for a while, and they still show Carolina leading its series 1-0 and Maple Leafs leading the series 1-0. Get on the ball, guys. If you can do the score, put who's winning the series. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. Hey, well, Tammy, I try and show everybody's comments. I try and be fair, but there's still 20 more minutes of hockey to play. If we can get 2 early in the third, I think, well, that's a huge if.
I think if you guys get 1 early in the third, there's a good chance you might be able to get one, get a couple more. But I think the Wild, what they need to do is they just need to lock you guys down, kind of like what you guys did to us or late in the third period, where you're not. You don't take your foot completely off the gas. You still, if they give you something, you try to take it, but like, just don't make anything easy. Don't let them just come into the zone. It's the Wild can do that when they need to. I hope. I
hope the Wild play prevent defense. I really do.
No, that's not what I want. I want them to like I said, don't take their foot off the gas, but just don't give them anything easy. Don't let them easily enter the zone. Because that's how you start to give them momentum, and then they start their cycle. Because Blues have a really good cycle game. It's to show it on the power play. I think that's a good reason why they have really good passing. But I also have to say was that Thomas who made that cross crease pass? That was a really good shot. It was a good save that was a great save by Fleury, in fact. But that's the kind of thing that Thomas can do, and I think everybody's keying in. Eriksson Ek keying on Thomas was the right move. I know we talked about earlier in the game how like you weren't necessarily on board with our shutdown line being against the Thomas line, but I think that play right there shows that Eriksson Ek needs to be on the Thomas line because he's our shutdown guy. He's our O'Reilly. That's why he's there.
Yeah. That Bet Bortuzzo broke his jaw. More than likely, I think he did.
Oh yeah,
right?
Ek has a missile of a shot. So he doesn't. People don't understand, but he really does. That's what he was known for in the draft. Actually, was his wicked wrist shot. So that's a tough shot to take to the face.
When the puck, when the Blues start hitting, the Wild started taking the penalties. They don't like getting hit. We will need a pure dire miracle to come back at this point. I'm with you. Chara can play with a broken jaw, so can Bortuzzo. He had it wired up first. Wes, I thought it was near the temple, not so much. I hope not. It's not much worse. I didn't see where it was.
It was like
could be his orbital bone. Yeah, it looked like it was in that area. So
well, he was walking off like this. You saw.
Right, and Tank, he says Tank needed to put the puck higher in the shot into his. Yeah, I agree that Tank should have put that shot a little higher.
And just because one guy has a broken jaw and another guy has a broken jaw, doesn't mean that the guy that had the broken jaw should come back with a cage over his face. If there's different kind of breaks, there's more breaks that are more serious than others, and you can't compare Charles to that just because they both got hit in the face.
I just
I'm with you. Let's go over the stats here real quick. Wild had 18 shots. They've had 6 block and missed the net 7 times. They've had 12 hits, 4 giveaways, 3 takeaways. They blocked 12 shots, and they're losing the face-off battle 22 to 23, or 49 to 51%. The Blues have 25 shots. They have had 12 blocked. They've missed the net 9 times. That's a good shot, attempt percentage. They have had 31 hits, 2 giveaways, 1 takeaway, and that's the problem. They're too worried about hitting instead of puck control.
Well, that's what happens when you're down. Is you have to start getting those hits on the forecheck, or else because the other team is just taking it right out of the zone. So that just shows that when you're playing from behind, that's what happens.
Yeah, no, this is I should have said this in the pregame, but I was worried about this game. I was so worried because we saw the same thing in Toronto, right? Toronto really put a number on the Tampa Bay in game 1, and Tampa Bay reversed it in game 2, right? And that's what we're seeing tonight. They're putting a number on us. Blues need some Red Bull. Yeah, I think I do too, Tommy. Right? I'm disgusted. I really am. And guy you like, Tank, has done so much with 82 points. Thomas has set him up. So many easy goals. It's not funny. Jeff, Can
I say something? Can I say something real quick, and then you can pipe in here, guys? Since I played, there's no such thing as an easy goal because something had to happen for you to get that goal. You either made a great play or somebody made a mistake. I don't have the only thing I call easy goals would be an empty net. Goals are not easy to come by in this league. That's why there's only 64 goalies in the league and only 23 players per team. If it was easy, Guy would be out there doing it. Nothing against you, Guy. Ian would be. My wife would be out there doing it. So it's not easy.
I don't know.
Go ahead, Guy. I'm sorry.
Put me on the wing with Thomas. Right?
Wes says 7 games is a definite possibility. I agree, but I'll tell you what, Wes. When are you going to be on the show? When are you going to be on? I need to get you on a pregame or a postgame. Let me know if you want to come on, but we'd love to have you, Wes. Jeff has got to be push wing buttons to start an argument. Usually that's my job. Pushing buttons. Okay. Actually, no, he wouldn't have, because Kyrou was screwing up left, right, and center, and that's why he got put down. Right? Tank was the best player on the Blues this season, period. And I said that preseason he was going to be the guy. If he's going to score 30 to 40 goals, I want him scoring them for us. He scored 34 goals. He had 82 points. We haven't had, up until last year, we hadn't had a points per player game since the early 2000 with Pavel Dimitra. We get one last year, and we have 4 of them this year.
Yeah.
I'll take that all. I'll take that. And all you got to do, Wes, is send me a message, buddy. Send me a message and tell me how. Right? I think you still work the game, so you probably can't do it during games, but we can get something going on, especially on away games. Right? And not only that, Wes, you can help spread my word about me on the show at the games and try and get more people watching. I would really appreciate it. Okay, Jeff, Barbie does not give it away every time he touched it.
Hey, people make mistakes. Barbashev makes mistakes. Tarasenko makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. They're out there to beat you, and you're out there to beat them. And things happen, Yeah, people make mistakes. Nobody in this game's perfect unless Jesus played the game, and I don't think so.
Yeah, well.
You just float above the ice.
Ah, I see where you're going with that.
No, well, I got
4 goals in the third. Actually, I would just like to see this get to overtime.
That would be great.
But I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see Minnesota letting up. I mean, if St. Louis keeps playing physical, maybe Minnesota makes another mistake. But right now, Fleury's playing out of his mind.
And I'm with Ian.
And he's not giving up rebounds. He's not giving up rebounds.
And I'm with Ian. The only way the Blues are going to get back in this game if Minnesota still gives power plays. That's the only way the Blues are getting back in this game.
Well, they really haven't done that well on the power play.
No, but that's their bread and butter. But if they don't get that, I don't see them coming back.
Well, the problem is that these penalties aren't even the refs' fault. These are just the penalties the refs have to call because
they're stupid.
Penalties.
They're stupid penalties.
Stop taking these dumb penalties and you'll be fine. And
right.
I also
St. Louis was 1 for 4 on the power play, and they're 2 for 3 on the power play. Right. Yeah. So that doesn't help us.
That's just tonight,
right?
Though.
Now, I will say this. The Torpachenko interference on the goaltender was absolute horseshit.
I was thinking about that as well. I don't know.
But they made it up by giving Boldy an interference call. Right? How do you call somebody for interference on the goaltender but call interference on that player? Yeah. On a player that's, that this player interfered on that player.
I don't know. I can't answer that question. I have no
idea. Right? No, the refs tonight have not been good.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm gonna pump your guys' egos up a little bit. I just want to talk a little bit more about Robert Thomas. I've heard this comparison a lot as well. He reminds me a lot of Nicholas Backstrom. Just that way he how good of a passer this guy is. Wow, I would love to have him in the Wild. Put him next to Kaprizov. Woo! But and you saw it with that cross. I think I'm almost 100% positive it was Thomas who that I'm talking about, the big cross crease save that Fleury made. Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think that was Thomas. That's just the stuff he does.
Thomas has a natural ability to do that. And when he first came in the league, to get him in the lineup, Berube and were playing him on the wing, and I kept saying you need to put him as center because they wanted him out there on the ice. Yeah. And I'll tell you what. You can't teach what he does. You can't teach a guy to know where people are on the ice. Can you teach him to skate a little better, to do other things better? Yeah. But you cannot teach a guy to put eyes in the back of his head and to put eyes on the side of his head. And he reminds me of a lot of a young Adam Oates is who he reminds me of.
Hey Dan, I want to say something. Usually I am very, very positive. But there's just stuff in this game tonight that's just got me ticked off and some other things, but that's neither here nor there. So I do apologize if you don't like that I'm a little negative. Okay, the game's back on. Have a good one. See you at the postgame show, my friends.
Yep.
See you at the postgame.